Hello and welcome to Burning Questions, powered by Pride's Easy Feed and facilitated by Falvo Fruits. Today we have an all-star panel. We've got a superstar trainer, a champion trainer. We'll give you a champion trainer, Andy. Superstar trainer driver in David Moran. We've got Darren Carroll, freak form analyst, and you've got one other bloke who has an inordinate number of blazers. That's me. So that's the four of us for Burning Questions today. First of all, Andy, welcome to you. Are you in the rainforests of the Amazon? Are you racing in South America? Everyone's moving to America. Have you decided to go down to Brazil and try your luck?
No, I haven't. I was running a little bit late, and I'm just here in Avenue of Honour here at Bacchus Marsh. So warm day, shady tree won't hurt me anyway.
Say Bacchus Marsh again?
Yes, Bacchus Marsh.
Bacchus. I actually didn't know you were Lebanese. It's Bacchus Marsh. It's great to be. He's a bit Russian. David Moran, lovely to see your face. How are you, my friend?
Yes, good. Thanks, mate.
And you're telling me I've got to bring my togs tomorrow to Shepparton.
Yeah, she's a fraction warm up here. It's about 37 today and 39 tomorrow, so nice and warm.
I might have to do a bit of manscaping. I've only got the Speedos, and I just want to make sure everything's okay and no one gets too shocked. So I'll look after myself between now and then. And Darren Carroll, thank you for joining. Is this your first ever Burning Questions?
Debut performance, J-Bon?
Well, we need to know from you. I don't know if we've got cells. We might find out. We are facilitated by Falvo Fruits, and we love to ask our guests what their favourite fruit is. What is yours, Daz?
I'd go an orange.
Just a stock standard orange.
Well, that's pretty. You wouldn't have thought much different, would you?
Well, I don't mind it. A lot of people have gone with some, I think we've had pomegranates, we've had mangoes and melons and all sorts of things. Have we ever asked you, Sal, what your favourite fruit is?
No, I don't eat a lot of fruit.
I wouldn't imagine.
Fruit.
I wouldn't imagine. Well, you don't win friends with salad. That's what I've been told. I don't have a lot of fruit either. I'm a banana man. Although Josh Aiken really destroyed everything for me when he told me I'm not eating the real banana. This is on Burning Questions. That the real bananas now are not in existence, so we're eating Cavendish bananas, and we also open them the wrong way. So I've got a fractured relationship with bananas because of Josh Aiken. Right, let's get stuck in. Question number one. Has Shadow drawn to own the Goulburn Valley's major race, or can the Cran/stablemates ensure a proper pace? We better go to you first here. Sal, what's going to happen? What are you going to do?
I'm not 100% sure. I guess I'll have a talk to Jason. I think the car park draw sort of makes it pretty tough for me with the gate speed to me inside.
Makes a fair bit of sense. I'll go to the boys in a moment. It just makes a fair bit of sense to try and maybe roll forward, and who knows, you might even get the lead. And I cast no shadow might be behind you. I know it's a weird off-Broadway avant-garde idea, but has it crossed your mind, Sal?
I don't usually make my mind up, Jen, until the green light goes on, so who knows what will happen.
Can you win?
I think you'll find it tough tomorrow night.
I reckon so too. Darren Carroll, you freak form analyst running the Punters Club at Shepparton for the Shepparton Cup tomorrow night. I'm sure you have considered that possibility, that scenario materialising.
Yeah, it doesn't
scenario
look like
we're talking about.
Doesn't look like the quickest front race to me. So obviously you have I cast no shadow with the most gate speed by the look of it, but he did lead at Shepparton, and that was his disappointing performance in the Dominion. So I'm not sure whether he really want to hold the lead. So therefore, who does he take a sit on? Cranbourne, I've done a lot of work on his New Zealand replays. I must say I'm not an expert on New Zealand harness racing, but he does look like he's got okay gate speed, and with Nathan Jack aboard, and in the only trial he's had here, he just led easily from gate 5. So I'm tipping he might be coming out.
Rightio, interesting. So you reckon Cranbourne might be the leader?
Yes.
Okay. We'll get back to. So who wins the race for you?
Well, I think he's too short. I cast no shadow at odds on. He did start $16 in Inner Dominion, and I no knock on the run, but I would say there's probably 5 or 6 horses, if they had drawn the same draw as him in that night, they all would have won based on the way the race was run. So I just think he's way under the odds, and I'm happy to back Cranbourne.
Are you in your office, Daz? You look like you're in an offshore detention centre. Are you in Manus Island or something like? What's going on? So it looks like you're. It's just totally sensory deprivation for you. You don't like. You just want when you're doing your form. You just want it to be plaid all around you. Nothing to look at. No distractions.
I like to reflecting off the TV, Jason. So I like to be able to watch the vision nice and closely. Yeah, I'm going to open the blinds for you.
Sorry, Daz. You know you're such a nice guy. It's very hard to be aggressive with you, but I'm sorry. That's just the nature of burning questions. Andy will have a crack at somebody right now. Andy, what do you see happening here in the Shepparton Cup, the Shepparton Gold Cup at Group 2 level?
Yeah, I think Cranbourne will find the lead. I think he's got pretty good gate speed. I think Nathan will push the button early. I think I Cast No Shadow will be looking to hand up. And, yeah, I reckon Cranbourne's the one to beat. He's quite a, he's a really good, loved his form in New Zealand. And, yeah, he's a lot better horse than the suburb anyway.
Well, you've tried to buy 97% of the horses out of New Zealand. Have you ever had a crack at trying to buy a Cranbourne or what?
Yeah, I have. He's too dear for me, hence why I bought by the Americans.
I love that. I'm not going to ask, but I'd love to know what you offered for him. So I haven't got Cranbourne in front. I thought he'd probably be parked outside the leader, but there's been very, very good money. $6 to $4.20 I saw this morning. It might be even shorter now. So they think he can win. Question number 2.
It's not the quickest front row, though, is it, Jason?
Well, you look at the front row. It's go back central, isn't it? So Arch Utah's not going to show much gate speed. I Cast No Shadow gets straight across. Bernie Winkle lives in reverse. Cosimo lives in reverse. Serge Blanco's got gate speed, but I think we all agree, just a nod of the heads and a show of hands, Serge Blanco's not going to try and use any gate speed from out there. No. And the only other question, which Sal is being unbelievably diplomatic at answering, is whether Sicario's going to go forward and try and take over. He's going to make his mind up. It's going to be very hard to interview him again for burning questions as the mobile's rolling, but I'll see if I can jump in the cart and we can give him one more question for the in-play punters. Right, question number 2 on the burning questions. Can the young DA, that is the district attorney, make proper use of better draw? I spell better like better's delight. I don't know what's wrong with me. Or will the real Cloud just thrive on laying down the law? Andy Gath, first to you.
Yeah, he's come back really well. District attorney. His 2 wins. He's a savage line, broken 27 both times on pretty slow tracks, and probably last time in, I don't think they would have chanced their arm and pushed him out the gate because he was just pulling too hard. But I think from the barrier draw, I think they'll sort of run the gate, and he's definitely the one to beat. He's getting pretty short odds now. Cloud 9 was terrific when he won at Melbourne a few starts back, and he's a quality horse. But I think District Attorney is a horse of the future, and I think he's definitely the one to beat.
I love watching Darren Carroll's face whenever you're talking for him. He's just there's sometimes a shake of the head or just a nod of the head. There's a wink. There's a serious look. There's a blue steel. There's a comeback offered. Andy's left us for a moment. He'll be back in a moment, no doubt. Hopefully, I'll read Andy because he's unfortunately in the forests of Ecuador at the moment. Daz, you listen to all that. There's been heavy support. I wonder whether it came from you, District Attorney. My concern, I'll give you a little platform here. I'm like Andy. I don't reckon they want to run him off the gate. And if they don't, he could be in a bit of trouble. He could get swamped early. And if they do, you're trying something that you haven't tried that often, and he might get over racing under those circumstances. That's why I reckon he's too short. But the way you were tilting and nodding your head when Andy was talking, I think you really like District Attorney. I think you're going to be launching into him for the Punters Club tomorrow night.
Yeah, I would have liked a better price than the $1.55 now. So I was being patient, hoping that some people wouldn't take care of it, Jason. But yeah, I think really, really nice horse. As Andy said, I've been really taken with his 2 runs this time. He's got an aggressive driver in Michael Bellman aboard. He's not lightning fast, but I reckon he might have got a bit more gate speed this time in. But I think he's an exceptional horse. But I have him clearly on top.
Sal, what are your thoughts? Can I get to Melby? Because I'm with Cloud 9. I thought he might come across early. So before he was with Emma and Clayton, Cloud 9 has smoking early speed if they want to use it. They don't really want to use it either, but I've got a funny feeling Sal's going to make this not American doubles, but Ecuadorian doubles, and tell me that he's very much in the camp of the DA as well. Talk to me, Sal.
Yeah, no, I've got to agree with the boys, mate. I think he'll win for fun. I think he's really in the zone, like Andy said at the moment, and on them little tracks like Stall and that, he savaged the line. He looked really settled in his runs. It wasn't until they really pulled the plugs that he really knuckled down. I think he'll be winning.
When you say, I love the term win for fun. So do they sometimes win in pain? Do they say, how much fun can they have when they win? Is it just, it's just a joyful experience, yeah?
Well, as a trainer and driver, when they win quite easily, it's a lot of fun for us.
I can't tell what's going on just above that polo shirt there, Sal, whether you're a very hairy man and you've done some manscaping yourself, or whether you've just got a little bit of a scattered type situation like my beard. What's happening there?
I have, yeah. I've had quite a long week this week. When I've had some big days, so I haven't had a chance to really get the shaver out and clean myself up a little bit.
Have you got one big day in you tomorrow, one big night in you tomorrow, or what?
I could do. I'm in the last race, so I won't be having my first alcoholic beverage until probably nearly 11 o'clock. So I might outlast a few tomorrow night. Like of Art, now he's gone to America. At least we might have a few better cup nights where we go to bed before 4 a.m. anyway.
Well, if you're having your first at 11, look, I'm not even going to predict what happens, but at least with Lochinvar Art not there, I won't get. He gave me an absolute massive headbutt last time I was there, so maybe I'll be slightly safer anyway. Rightio. Question number 3. Pride's Easy Feed and Falvo Fruits are sponsoring the Burning Questions. This is where we try and find out just who is going to get the job done and answer the big questions. We're losing one at a time. We'll readmit. Sal, hey Dads, could you duck out at some point because everyone else has? I'll duck out, you duck out, and then I'll readmit you. Tell Chuck his camera and his mic back on and just un momento, por favor. Question number 3. Andrew Patrick Gath. Has Otago reached another level in the last few starts or in this tiny field? Will the Dino break his heart? He's definitely going better. Central Otago. Is it Otago or Otago?
I have no idea.
I'm going with Otago.
Okay.
I'm a quarter mouldy and I'll just say that's how they taught me to say it. Central Otago, he's definitely going better. The record head-to-head suggests that Aldebaran Dino is a better horse, but you've got a tactical advantage. So how does it all play out?
I'm sure he's got more ability than us, Aldebaran Dino. He's probably proven that. One of those victories is only short half head between us, so there's probably not a lot between us, and got a little bit better the last 2 or 3 weeks. I think running through the Victory Series has sort of helped him. He's really stepped up in his work at home too. He's really improved. So, I think the market probably opened up wrong, and it's probably right at the moment. We've opened up too short and then opened up too big, but I think the market's pretty right at the moment. It's going to be pretty hard to beat Aldebaran Dino, but I think, we'll go pretty close. Are you doing the post-race interviews, are you, Jay Bond?
I will be. Why? What would you like me to do? With Chris Shin?
Yeah, just make sure there's yes and no answers if there's questions you're asked, otherwise you could be up against it.
I might be asking some profound philosophical questions about Rene Descartes and how he feels about American politics, and we might get to the bottom of Christopher. Who knows?
Someone has to.
I don't think we will. We might. Hopefully he wins, because I think he's going to win, Darren Carroll. I think Aldebaran Dino will be about 12 metres off the gate at the start. Central Otago will eventually lead, but Gunning and Moreton Bay might be there first. And then when Aldebaran Dino I think he could be a superstar trotter of the future.
Yeah, that the 4-year-old Victory is a really, really good form race. So, before last week, I would have said Dino ahead of Otago for sure. Last week's race has me scratching a little bit, but I just think Dino is a really, really nice horse. Small field will suit him. As you said, he'll be a little bit off the gate, but that won't matter. He'll start off the second row. I think, as Andy said, the price was wrong initially. I think they're the right order now. And I think based on the Big Red final run, if I look at that race and the start before, then I've got Dino ahead of Otago.
Did you have an ex-girlfriend or something drive past yourself and you had to duck? I mean, we lost you for there just for a moment, but we've got you again now. Your thoughts? I don't know if you heard the question, but basically, Aldebaran Dino versus Central Otago. Discuss. We need your mic on. We can't hear you. Sal.
You got me now?
I got you now. There he is. Let's go.
I'm working out this computer stuff. I thought Andy's horse was really good last week. I think he's progressing into a pretty nice horse. Aldebaran Dino. He obviously, the more and more he gets up in grade, he can't continue to give him a little bit of a start. He's obviously a really nice horse, but at the end of the day, they are trotters. They can do things wrong. If Andy's horse jumps on the bunny early in a in a reasonably easy lead time, who knows what could happen.
All right, so let's clarify here because everyone's sort of made dual arguments. Andy, are you winning or is Dino winning?
I think Dino's the best horse, but I think we can win.
I've asked for a clear question. Unfortunately, the cops have arrived as well because they're not happy with the way these answers are going. Daz,
I'm super keen on Dino.
and Sal, before you get picked up, what did you end up with there? Dino or Otago?
No, I'm going to go with Otago.
Oh, fantastic. I'm glad those sirens have stopped, but maybe they might be right behind somebody at the moment. If they're behind Darren Carroll's place, there's been a new detention person brought in. Question number 4, the final of the burning questions. Today, just how good is Outlaw Man, and has he read the news that the front's not guaranteed? That's how I saw it anyway. And could that see him lose? How good is Outlaw Man, Andy? Because the winds have been so soft, it's very, very difficult to work out what is left in locker.
Well, one of the part owners is on here with us, so I can't say anything bad about him.
How long has David Moran been involved in the horse?
Since we've had him. So obviously his first couple of runs, even though he won, he probably didn't look that impressive. But he's another one. He's getting better each run. He's been able to get soft leads and sort of get left alone and been finished off really well. So yeah, probably only 50-50 chance of leading, I'd say, on Saturday night. There's a bit of speed inside him and outside him. But he's quite a nice horse. He had a good record in New Zealand, beat some good horses in New Zealand. So, yeah, I think the price is right. It is. He's $3. I think he's a $3 chance. But if he's able to find the front, he probably gets into a $1.80, $1.90 chance. So, but yeah, I think he's a nice horse going forward and getting better all the time.
Great to have Ian Turpie with us, by the way. The price is right. Maybe it's Larry Emder. They had a number of hosts. Who was it? Daz, was it Pogasalta who said Glenn Bull doesn't hand up the lead?
Hands up to no man, no beast.
And then he actually did on that occasion, I think, once. But he virtually never does, and that's my concern for Outlaw Man. What have you made? You're a trial expert. You're a form expert in every sense, a freak genius when it comes to the form. What have you made of national news and the trials? They've been against very strong opposition, but I couldn't quite work out whether they were very good or average or somewhere in between.
About par with what I would have expected, Jason. Very nice horse. Nothing that said back me written all over its trials, but nothing that was potable on those trials as well. So fairly soft as well, so pretty kind to it. I actually think this map works out all right for Outlaw Man. I think that there's two scenarios at the start: either Regal Rock leads or Roslyn Glade flies across. And I don't think the death seat's a bad spot because I think if we are forced to death set on Outlaw Man, then we'll control the race from there. And Glenn Bull, when he's in front, he's not a tear-away leader man. He tends to control the speed of the race and is always looking for a slow quarter. So no, I'm not concerned about the death seat, but I'd love to find the front.
So you are with Outlaw Man, yeah, and not only because David Moran's a part owner, but you're obviously half keen on it as well.
Look, I love National News as a horse, but I just think that Outlaw Man can win for sure.
Can anything else win the race, team? I'll go to David Moran in a moment. For you two boys, can Pray Tell win?
Pray Tell or Blood Moon. Blood Moon was super impressive last start. That was just career best run, but it's drawn very poorly. But yeah, they could both win if things went against them. But I don't map the race as being a really quick race, so it's going to be hard for them to get into it.
Andy?
What's the question?
Hi, Andy. It's Jason Bonnington. Lovely to meet you for the first time. So there's two horses we've spoken about. I'll take you back. Outlaw Man, you train it, by the way, so make sure to take it to the races. Then there's National News. Are they the only two winning chances, or is there another one? Maybe a Pray Tell or a Blood Moon?
The first emergency, if he gets a run, probably be the third pick, I'd say.
I hate that. Don't get Dan Malecki started. That emergency's drawn in the field. David Moran, National News v Outlaw Man v the rest. Talk me through it.
Yeah, I thought Outlaw Man, if it was to find the front, I think it probably wins. As you said, Glenn Bull doesn't often hand up a lot of the times, but I think Andy can probably control the race. It's a little bit hard to probably get a guide on some of his replays. He, a couple of times there where he's been in front, nothing's really attacked him where he can really sort of get stuck into him. Kate hadn't had to get too ambitious on him really. So it's a little bit hard to get a guide on him. Maybe if something gets up outside him and eyeballs him, he might get going a bit quicker. But I think he's a horse to beat in the race. I think National News drawn off the back row. First up, if Andy's horse gets the right trip, it's probably going to be too good for him. Before
we get to best bets, your remaining drives for the night that we haven't spoken about in the BQs. Have you got anything for us, Sal?
I thought Orby could win.
Orby can win.
Yeah, race 2.
What about?
Yeah, no. I can see where it is. I got the form guide in front of me. So I was just a little bit shocked. It's $14. Are you any chance of holding up, or you want to be? Do you think you'll be behind the leader?
I haven't looked too far into it.
Just answer me, Sal. This is burning questions. Just answer me. Are you going to be leader? Are you going to try and kick up?
I know how many people watch this show.
It's a yes, I think. That's a yes. I think he's going to try and kick up. I think Daz has got a question for you now. He's going to take over as co-host. What do you got, Daz?
Well, last week of the quaddie, so Punters Club, Jason, I'll be pretty keen to know whether Sal agrees with me and thinks that rock and roll gig's just a good thing. Should just wins for fun.
Yeah, I think he should. Daz, he's probably going to get the right trip. The death seat where he won at Cobham last, I know it wasn't a strong race, but he was first up for nearly a month, and the death seat's definitely not his go. So I think it should run to suit his race.
Is this the first ever time he's been over longer than 1,740 years? So is that any concern? Is he more of a? Is he down the track? Is he going to be more of a short course horse, or it doesn't matter?
Nah, it won't matter.
Finally, a bloody clear answer from you, Sal. I like it. We've got one. You're going to give us another one in a moment because I just want to pay homage to Andy Gath. Start of 2023, first edition of Burning Questions. Only man to find the winner out of the four of us, to find the best bet winner. So, Andy, you can go first again, my friend. Away you go, my friend. What do you like?
Well, you probably won't believe I'm tipping this after our conversation on Sunday, but race 1, number 1, Zarin Banner.
Wow.
Hang on a second. I want a recording of that conversation. Tell everybody what you said about Zarin Banner at that function on Sunday.
Says not much good.
Yeah. And you basically pilloried me for giving it any chance of competing with Whiskey Cavalier.
Yeah.
And might have said, paraphrasing, I don't think it'll win another race. Mate, did you go that far? And now you're tipping it as your best bet.
Yeah, I'm not wrong yet.
Well, you'd be wrong one way or the other. Either it'll win and you would have been wrong on Sunday, or it won't, you'd be wrong now. Daz, what were you getting? What's over there? What are you looking at over at your left shoulder? Because something's coming through on the teletext Dakota that you're very interested in.
I did have Charlton shots going on in the background at one stage, and the odds-on favourite missed the start. So I was thinking, gee, what am I doing on Burning Questions? But, anyhow.
All right. Tell us how much you lost. Andy, Sal, and I will all chip in, and we'll make sure you get paid for whatever you think you might have lost in play there. Now, your best bet, please, Dan.
I'm going against Andy. I'm going on Barandino.
Just to make it a little bit different, I'm going to go Uga Chaka. I think it's a pretty nice horse. I think it should be winning. Although Elder Barandino is my other best bet. And very quickly, we love to do a little bit of branding talk here on Burning Questions. What are you wearing today, Daz?
No idea. Just a T-shirt from who knows.
See, this is unbelievable. When I was at this function, Sal's always dressed incredibly well. And when I was at this function on Sunday that you were going to attend as well, Chris Alford turns up in Tommy Hilfiger. Andy Gath's wearing Hugo Boss, and they reckon there's no money in the trots. Sal, there's got to be money in the trots, Sal. How's everyone got designer outfits?
Well, mate, I'm wearing a Pride's T-shirt today and a Pride's hat that were given to me, so that's how good I'm going.
That's only because you're representing the sponsors. Well done to all involved. Daz, your only mistake is you didn't duck out for 5 minutes. Everyone else went out for... You should have actually ducked out while Charlton was on, and then we wouldn't have to pull together our money to pay you. I'll see you tomorrow night for the Punters Club. I'll see you there, Sal, and I'll see you there as well, Andy.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
God bless you all. That's been Burning Questions for another episode. Pride's Easy Feed and Falvo Fruits bringing you all the burning questions and all the winners. Au revoir. Enjoy the weekend.